You see, the best leaders learn how to lead upward to their bosses and superiors. They learn how to lead across among their peers. Certainly, they're good bosses to the team that they lead. They also learn how to lead themselves exceptionally well, because all leadership starts with self-leadership. That's the essence of mission-critical leadership. Through observation, inquiry, and analysis, I've sought throughout my career to understand what makes one business or organization succeed, and others, even in the same industry, fail to thrive or even survive. I kept surfacing one key critical factor: leadership development. From onboarding to succession planning, the purposeful development of leaders paid off every single time. Let's start, though, with an acronym that ties it all together. The emphasis is on the word ties because it's those 4 letters that make up 4 crucial behaviors and attributes that will help you to lead well in all directions. In order to be a mission-critical leader, you need to develop trust with your boss, influence with your peers, engagement with your team, and the self-awareness to lead yourself well.
Engaging, so I had a lot of interesting stuff to say. Took a lot from it for personal life, for business, professional work life.
John was great, really talking about that critical mission and what we can do as leaders to kind of identify the opportunity areas and showing up the way we really should, being our best self. So I thought that was a great message. Definitely want to take it away. Just need to work this week and see how we can try it out.
Well, for me, you have to go all the way back to when I was 10 years old. There's an old picture of me standing on a chair outside of my church, making a presentation as part of a church building campaign. Now, from the looks of the picture, my public speaking skills left a lot to be desired at that point, so there was certainly a lot of time to grow into them. But I would say that there was something happened inside of me that day. There was something that ignited an interest and a passion for public speaking that has carried on for 40 plus years ever since then. That's why I went back to school and got my master's in organizational leadership and professional coach training. I then started Lokhorst Consulting, where I work principally with finance and healthcare organizations. I knew I could help these organizations develop leaders everyone wants to follow, build teams no one wants to lead, and achieve exceptional results. If you attend one of my presentations, I think there are a couple of value points that you get out of the experience. First off, in terms of leadership, it's challenging some of your preconceived notions, perspective, or even views about what leadership is. Because there's so much more to leadership than just being a good boss, which is where a lot of leadership programs tend to start and end. So much broader than that. And so challenging your thinking and getting you to think much more broadly about the topic of leadership altogether. The organizations I work with increase employee engagement, decrease turnover, break down silos, and build robust leadership pipelines that produce future leaders from within.
I think it's good because learning about the different levels, like communicating with your boss, how to communicate with your peers, broke it down really simple, and then communicate with your team. Really basic, but fundamental.
Building those relationships is very key to further their abilities within the organizations.
You get to connect with everybody, but then you get such great stories. It's been really impactful.
Very engaging. I think he had a very smooth delivery related to the group, so I enjoyed his presentation.
I like that I was able to find out a little bit more about my leadership style and see where I lack and what my strengths are.
Yeah, super interesting, very knowledgeable, a lot of practical information to apply going back to the team after the conference.
Most leadership resources focus on the more common, the traditional view of leadership, which is being a good boss to the team that you lead. Don't get me wrong, being a good boss is crucially important. You can't be an effective leader without being a good boss. But if that's all you see as leadership, there's a good chance, like my client Peter, that you're setting yourself up for failure. For me, when it comes to relationship with meeting planners, it's about a win-win partnership. And what can I do to add value to that meeting planner's work on that event or on that training series, that workshop, whatever it is? So oftentimes that takes the form contributing an article to one of their corporate publications or an association blog, something like that. It might be shooting a video, a preview of the content to highlight what's going to come out of that presentation. I suggested a new approach. Bill, you need to rebrand yourself. You need to look for ways that you can show up as your best self and deliver your best value every day. You need to show up as a leader. The bottom line, show them that you have their best interests at heart. That's the first secret to become the leader everyone wants to follow.